Okay, and Anthony, the first bubble will go to you.
First bubble. Okay,なんか勉強する気なくなった。Hmm, I somehow don't have like the interest to like study.
Perfect. I have no intention at all. Mangaka ka. Being a manga author, artist, or whatever. And this next bubble here will go to Cookie.
小学生の頃、僕は漫画家になりたかったんだ。Uh, when I was a when I was an elementary school student, I always not always, but I wanted to become a manga artist.
Hi, perfect. And the next bubble here will go to Anthony.
そんな僕にとっておじいさんはヒーローだったヒーローだった。よくおじいさんの仕事場に入り浸ってた。Okay, so as for me, my father is like a hero. Is a hero. Um, I oftentimes I I usually go to like my dad's place.
Basically,
Did I get it
both
right?
you and Cookie need to figure out what Jisan means.
My dad,
Sometimes
old
it doesn't
man.
mean that. It doesn't mean that. When they're talking about their old man, they're probably going to call him like Gigi or something like that. And it's very
Ah,
insulting. It does not mean father, but it is commonly used in anime by those rougher characters who refer to their fathers because they're tsunderes. Jisan, with the san after it, short G, means uncle. Just
uncle.
how you say old uncle. And if you say Ji-san with a long E, means grandpa. So neither of those
Grandpa.
mean father. So when call them Gigi or whatever, they're calling them an old fart. Is normally how it's translated.
Ah,
The way to say father right would be otou-san or
Otosan.
chichi or anything like that. So he's
I think
talking
there's
about
a
uncle.
psychological implication that's making us fill in the blanks here. We've assumed that the guy who is the manga artist is
Mm-hmm.
the main character's dad. So we
Exactly.
assume Oji-san means dad, even though
So.
if we actually thought about it a bit harder, it actually means uncle.
Mm-hmm. Totally. He just takes after his uncle. And
Uncle.
then
Okay.
bitatsu means, bitatteru is to soak. So when you're
So,
entering and soaking, it's used to mean to stay a long time. So he basically says, I used to hang out a lot at my uncle's work studio.
なるほど。
Oh, next bubble here goes to Cookie.
おじさんはなんで漫画家になったの Why, uncle, why'd you become a manga artist?
Perfect. And the next bubble here just says, Mada bakuchi da kedo na. Well, he says, well, you see, I'm still just gambling. So he's not saying he is a manga artist, he's just gambling. And next bubble here goes to Anthony.
そうだった。じゃあ、なんでこのバグチ Is that so? Well, why this gamble?
Hi.
Why this kind of gamble?
Hi. Onna ni motatte tatakatta kara. Because I wanted to be popular with the ladies. And this whole panel here is going to go to Cookie.
漫画家ってモテ、モテるんだ。To become popular as no, you become a manga artist to be popular.
Yeah,
There's
manga
like,
artists are popular?
oh, I didn't think that was a question, but okay.
It's not
Um,
necessarily a question. You could say a
Rhetorical.
statement, but it's totally you to define. So manga artists are popular. Nda is a statement of, ooh, you've taught me new information. So you could say,
Alright,
oh, manga artists are popular would be a more accurate translation. You're right.
I see. わかんねえけど、有名になって金持ちになったら、モテるって思っちゃまったのかな? It's like, um, wait, I don't know, but,
You know what yume means?
famous,
It
yeah,
does mean. So if you natte ne, yume ni natte.
like if you become famous
Hai. Then you'll
and get a
kanemochi.
lot of, oh, it's a then you'll get a lot of money
So.
and then you'll get popular.
Perfect.
That's what I thought.
Perfect. Nice. 誰にも言うなよ. Don't tell no one, eh? Next bubble here is going to go to Anthony.
わあ、にゃけた。気持ち悪い。にゃけた。I'm gonna assume にゃけた means like doing like some kind of cat face
Yeah,
thing.
it's a smirk
It's
specifically.
really, it's 気持ち悪い. Bad.
Bad vibes.
How do you
Creepy.
say?
So
Bad vibes.
cringe.
Creepy.
So cringe. Next bubble panel goes to Cookie.
中学の時、What's that? 同級生に好きな女の子がいてな。During middle school, there was a classmate. No, hang on.
So this ite.
There was a classmate who I really liked who was a girl.
Perfect. ほとんど話しかったこともなく、卒業を迎っちゃったんだけど。So he says, well, I never really talked to her, and then I went over and graduated, just like that. 話は早. And he says, well, that's a quick story, as in he doesn't have a lot to say about the girl he had a crush. They never talked to her, and then they graduated. Next panel here is going to go to Anthony.
卒業式の日にその子から手紙もらった。ラブレターだやったじゃん。So the first bubble is like, at the day of like graduation ceremony, that kid, from that kid I got a tegami. I received a tegami, a letter.
Yes.
It's a love letter.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yay! やったんじゃ。Yay for you.
やったんじゃ. Basically, you received a letter. Great. And next bubble here, it's going to go to Cookie.
いや、その手紙には、お互いこれからも頑張りましょう。I think that's a new line after this.
Hi.
So I'll do this first. It's like, no, that letter,
I guess you could say it's one line. What happened is that he dropped the toyu. Basically,
right.
It's been dropped because it's to kaite kind of. So the verb kaku has been dropped. To kaita. That's why it's みたいなことしか書いてなかった。というみたい。
So it's like it wasn't written. What wasn't written? The only thing that seemed.
What does みたい mean?
Like,
yeah, it's not really seemed. It's talking about the kind of things you'd write in the letter, right? There's certain things that was in the letter that were basically like this vibe, right? This man, it's been a good 10 years since he's read this letter. He doesn't know the exact wording of the letter. He can only kind of give you the vibes of which was written in the letter, because it's not like he has a letter right here and he's reading and quoting it for you. So because of that, we have mitai-ness. So because of that,
So,
shika means only, right? So the only thing that was written in the letter was,
to do your
お互い
best.
これからも頑張りましょう. Yep. Let's the both of
Yeah.
us continue doing our best. Exactly. That's the only thing written in his letter. So not I steady or anything like that. Oh, next bubble here goes to Anthony.
で、俺も、はい、頑張りましょう。はい。Is hi like a yes? Is
Yes,
this
hi does mean yes in
okay.
Japanese.
Okay. でも、文章って返事書いた。So I replied with like, yes, let's do our best.
Perfect.
Even I also replied.
Hi, I also yes, perfect. And next bubble here goes to Cookie.
高校中が、高校違うから、顔を合わせることもなく、元気ですか？頑張りましょうって手紙だけ交換してたんだ。So it's like, because like senior school was different. It is like, okay, I'll start from the end.
Okay.
It's like you
I just
exchange
would start
only
with the
exchange
verbs.
letters.
Hi.
Yeah. So if I start from the end, it's like kolka means like to exchange, and it's like only exchange letters that say how are you and do your best. I think he's describing
What does naku
what the
mean?
person
What does naku mean?
to not have things.
To not, yes. The things
Yeah.
to not have. Remember, koto doesn't have to be a physical thing. Koto refers to events. As in
Yeah.
things that can occur. For example, awaseru, that is an event. Kao awaseru means one person's face and another person's face, they see each other,
Meet up.
basically. So it says without the event of meeting up. Why were they unable to meet up?
Because they changed schools.
Yeah, they went to different schools. So all they could do is exchange letters saying, how are you? Let's continue trying our best, type of thing. And Anthony, your turn.
なんかいいね、そういう時代。That's kind of good. That's kind of great. For that age, for that time.
Perfect. And next bubble here is going to go to Cookie.
今、そんなじれてことするやつ、やついね、だろうな。俺の時でさえその周りにはいなかった。Like, now, such irritating, guys like, wait, what? So I know that jirete is like irritating koto.
So what was the previous
things.
line of the book? Do you know, Cookie?
Previous line was like, how many, nanka ine?
そういう時代.
Jidai was a period.
Yeah, it was period.
but I don't know why he said nankai ne.
Oh, so the line before that, so what has been going on in our manga is that we found out that the main character's uncle had a girl he liked, and this girl
Hmm.
gave him a letter. It wasn't a love letter. It was, let's continue trying our best. He, in response, sent her a letter saying, yes, let's try our best. And they continued this response. In spite of the fact they never met each other, they were going to different schools, they continued to write each other letters. The
Oh
cycle goes
yeah,
over and
so the
says,
boy would
ooh, that's so nice. Wow. That's what kind of happened in that era. Woohoo. You know, you gotta do some
yeah,
whistling.
but that's from the boy's mind. But in our mind, we actually kind of know, yeah, well, there's not much commitment being had here. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's like ima, people that do, these annoying things.
In this case, I would use yeah, totally. Annoying would be
Hmm,
fine.
or like irritating, frustrating, etc.
Yeah, pretty
Um,
frustrating thing to do.
uh, I think they're saying like there are people who do annoying things like this around.
Ine?
I'm pretty sure Daro, it seems.
Ine?
Yeah.
Ne is a slurring of nai, which means not. There aren't any people like that these days. I mean, even back in my days, there weren't any of the people like that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
'cause
that's what the next line says. So,
yeah.
ore no toki de sai. Yeah, so even in my time, those kind of uh, you know, people surrounding people around, they're not around.
Yes. So he's basically people like that don't really exist anymore these days. Not even back in my day
Yeah.
didn't exist. And Anthony, next line for you.
そのまま高校も卒業して、彼女は一流企業に俺は四流大学。As it is, we we even like graduated high school. She went, uh, 彼女は一流企業に就職. She found some employment on like first class business. Then I on a fourth grade college.
Perfect. Hi, hi. And this half of this bubble over here is gonna go to Cookie.
これは彼女と結婚したいと思うようになってたから、やばい。このままじゃ、俺はいいとこ、中小企業の、あ、あ、は、は、歯車。Okay. Um, I, it was bad because I thought I was thinking of marrying her, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, um, but at that, but as it was, I was, um,
Basically,
wait,
the ending verb is ni naru. 中小企業の歯車になる.
um, oh, okay. The, the good thing was at that time, like he was operating a small business, I think it was.
Good guess. What does hagurama mean?
A cog,
You're right,
a
a
wheel.
cog of a mid-class company.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So
so
he was
kono mama is a word that both you and Anthony have trouble with. Kono mama, or just mama as a concept. What does mama mean?
doesn't kono mama just mean as things
In this
were
current
or as
state.
things are?
Yeah,
In the
as
current state.
things are, the current state. It's not used, I think, like how the English phrase does. It's basically saying it's yeah. It's talking about the previous moment right now, and that is continuing, basically. Some kind of state is continuing. So he says ja, which you know what ja is a slurring of?
I forgot.
It's dewa. That's where you got
Mm.
janai versus dewanai. Dewa arimasen. So it's saying de, which is the tool, right? Something used. So using the current status quo, I will become a haguruma. I will become a cogwheel. Because kono mamaja is
Wheel in a business.
insinuating the future tense. Because it's saying, because it is saying things are continuing as they are right at the moment, is what it's saying. So because of that, it's always used in a future context. You can't say things are continuing as it is now, because that doesn't really make any sense. You have to say it's continuing as it is into the future. Otherwise, there's no reason to use mama, right? Instead, you just would use ima. So as a word, it's referring to the future always. So because of that, he says basically, if what is happening right now is continuing into the future, then we know this verb, this right here, has to be something about the future tense, which is that I will become a cogwheel in a third, middle, small company type of thing. The itoko here is pretty confusing. He's basically saying the only thing going for me, right? He wants to marry this girl. What can he bring to the table? Is he handsome? No. Is he rich?
No.
No. What can he bring to the table? I work as a random salary man in this very pathetic company. That's the only thing he can put onto the table. That's his only good point that he can add. And he's like, that's not that good. He'd prefer to have something better kind of idea. So the rest of this paragraph is going to go to Anthony. Anthony? 聞こえない。
何かして彼女に認められたい、そう思った。何かして彼女に認められたい。ああ、そう思った。I thought that I could like be acknowledged by her if I did something.
Perfect. That's exactly what it says. Nice. And the next bubble here is going to go to Cookie.
金なかったら、No. 金なかったから、紙とペンがあればできる小説か、小説か、あ、
か。
か漫画かでかもの思ったのが始まりだ。So, because I didn't have money, and it's like
So
if I had
this is
paper
one of
and a
those.
pen,
This is one of those that would be easier to start at the end because the ga is marking the subject. So 思ったのが始まりだ is our sentence here, and everything else is just describing
yeah,
the no, right? Got a relative clause there.
yeah. So it's basically like he thought that he would pretty much start being a light novel writer or a manga artist if he could be able to put pen to paper.
Kind of, yeah. It was the beginning of my thought of, oh, I'll become a manga and art or a author because it's something I'm able to do with just pen and paper because I don't got any money.
Pretty much.
Hi, hi. And Anthony, next bubble for you. Cookie's giving all the hard ones.
手紙の出し子。知ってただけで結婚したいと思っ たんだ。
So this coal right here is the coal that shows up when people say like hide and seek and stuff. So it's basically saying you're doing something that's kind of like a game. So he's
Like a make
describing,
believe.
yes, it doesn't have to be make believe necessarily, but he's basically making fun of the thing his uncle was doing with the letters. Rather than saying you exchanged letters, you did like a weird exchanging letters game. Basically, is what he's saying. He said he's basically turning the tegami ga no dasu, the take out a letter, as a game type of thing.
Okay. 手紙の出し子してただけで。So with only like just playing the handing out letters game, you thought that you want to like get married, like
Exactly.
something like yeah.
Perfect. Hi, hi. And this half right here, it's gonna go to Cookie.
ニトモの、二人とも、好きとか、一切かなかったけど、すごい美人で、性格もいい彼女に、俺は中学の時からずっと本気だったし、oh God, so it's like, between two people,
I would say the two of us
say,
as my translation in this
yeah,
context.
sure, between the two of us, but to be able to write
Be
things
able.
like, I like, though, wait, no, not to be able, to not have, entirely, written, I like, though, it's like,
Although the both of us never actually written down like.
yes, thank you. I had to put that together. And then it's like, sugoi. So it's like a really beautiful that, toki kara zutto honki. So, I should start from the end. So it's like, I was, so as evidence, I was, since, middle school, I was, always serious, like
About what?
continuously serious about, catching up, something like catching up with,
I would
a
just say
beautiful
the
woman with good
kanoto ni.
character.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's just I was serious about that woman. It wouldn't make any sense to start talking about a different woman because we've been talking about the girl he had a crush on that he was exchanging letters with. This
yeah,
right here is just describing that woman with more information about her other than just the lady that was exchanging letters with him. She was super, super bijin, and she also was, seikaku was also quite which, what does that mean?
yeah. So she was really beautiful and, and was good natured.
Yeah, perfect. So that's he just was really serious about her, this beautiful and good-natured girl. And the rest of this is going to go to Anthony.
彼女も手紙をくれたんだから可能性はあると思ってた。彼女も手紙をくれてたんだから。It's because I even got the letter from her that I thought it was possible.
Perfect. Hi, hi. Next bubble right here goes to Cookie.
そう言われ、it's like, そう言われると、そうかもしれないけど、um, uh, pro probably, however, at the end, and it's like you say that, um, you say that's the case, probably, but
So to can be toyu. In this context, it is the other to. Do you know what the other to is?
and
Yes, it is the when and if words in Japanese. When and
oh
if.
no,
And is okay. It is more like when or if, and it has a kind of 100% probability normally, or it is used in a I've just come to realize information. If you say that, right afterwards, the next thing should happen, which is in this context, he's using it in a you said that to me. Well, that does make me suddenly come to the conclusion of そうかもしれないけど.
that's
Which
probably true.
that's probably true. Since you said that, yeah, it's probably true. That's all it's really saying. Um, since I stole that line for you, this is gonna go to you again, Cookie.
Nice. 大学4年の時、やっと月刊誌で、連載できるようになって、思い切って告白しようと初めて彼女の家へ電話した。Okay, so when I was in fourth year of uni, I finally, um, like, he got he was able to basically get one of his stories in, his, not his, but a monthly magazine.
Hey.
And, he daringly, um, he daringly confessed to, confessed to her, for the first time at,
So let's swap here. We got shioto. Do you know what that means?
uh, I need to look for that. Sorry.
Hi. So 応答する is that to we just talked about, which is the when if to, when slash if to. If you do the thing, right, is I'm going to do this. That's what it means. Like, it's sometimes it's translated as an invitation, but it's not always invitation. But if someone's saying it out loud, there is a higher probability of it being an invitation, which is why it's taught as an invitation in Japanese classes. But here is a great example of it not being an invitation, because it literally just means I'm going to be doing this action. That's all it means. It's like when someone says, "Oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom." Sometimes, if a girl says that in front of other girls, that's an invitation for them to come with them to the bathroom. So because of that, it's the same in Japanese. If you say, I'm going to go do something, yeah, if you're saying it out loud, you're insinuating for someone else to say, oh, yeah, I'll come as well, right? That's just how people
Oh
talk.
boy.
Anyway, since this is in the past, obviously that's not what he's doing. So instead he's saying, I am going to confess. So it's not saying he confess. So I'm going to
Oh,
confess and is what it says. A lot of times this is used when you do not succeed in doing the verb. So otosuru means I'm going to attempt to do something, and it's used specifically when it's almost always, there are sometimes when it does succeed, but there's normally a 90% chance that the verb does not actually get completed. So most likely, kokuhaku is not actually going to happen when you see otosuru. There isn't a
yeah.
suru right afterwards here, but that just means the oto, right? The sentence needs to continue type of idea. The suru just means, and then I do something. Uh, so,
So it was like he was going to confess to her for the first time,
well, that's a different sentence,
by
right?
phone.
It already ends.
Oh,
Yes, he does. So for the first time, he gets the phone, right? You can't really take this verb and go that way. The verb's the end of the clause. It can't really, nothing
oh,
can go after it. So our verb's already
uh,
over here. So it's something else. So the hajimete must be describing denwa rather than kokuhaku. So
I
what does
see.
he do for the first time ever?
Um, for the first time ever, he is confessing to the girl he likes.
No, first time ever he's doing denwa. The verb is denwa. That's not kokohaku.
Calling her.
Right
Sorry,
there.
yes.
Yes, he does call. Specifically, what does he call?
Her home phone.
Perfect.
Call her house, yeah.
Oh, says ooh, and Anthony, next bubble going to you.
最初に緊張is it 緊or 張
緊張
緊張最初に近況を聞いたのがまずかった。近況 is like
Do you know what jokyo means?
Jokyo is like state condition.
Jokyo is a can be is a condition, yes. And kin means close. So close condition means your present state, your current condition. What's going on with you?
聞いたのがまずかった。it was bad.
Yeah.
まずかった。
What was bad though?
聞いたのは緊張聞いた。I what he heard about the close condition.
Hi. Yes. What he heard about her current situation was bad. So this first bubble here is going to go to Cookie.
Okay, so we have 彼女は社長秘書 What? 社長秘書になってた。さすがと思った。So it's like she had become like a private secretary, company president, something like that. So she became that, and he's like, and then he thought, oh, as expected. That's
Perfect.
what I thought.
However, dun dun dun. Nantiyuka, how should I put this? Next bubble here is going to go to Anthony.
すぐ打ち切られてそうな駆け出しの月観察じゃダメだ。すぐ打ち切られそうな。right away, what's 打ち切られ?
Kiru is to, yeah. But in this context, it's talking about, so in Japanese manga, when you become serialized, you can be cut off pretty fast, like within like 4 chapters or something. Super fast because they see how well your rankings are going. So that's what he's referring to, that getting cut off from your job. Basically being fired.
Suddenly being cut off, like that. So na like that 駆け出しの月間坂じゃダメだ。running up to like the monthly magazine this department is bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
So basically, he's saying, right, it's bad if you are a mangaka who just running out being like, hey, look at me, I've become a mangaka, even though you're probably going to be fired in like 2 weeks. That's bad.
Imagine getting fired by a text message. Fuck. That's for me?
Yeah, for you, Cookie.
Okay. ますます、自分との差が広がった。So increasingly, like the space, the relationship space between him and her
It
got wider and
it
wider.
it's more like the level of human beings difference got wider and wider.
Okay, fair
Then
enough.
so 'cause it's not really about the relationship, but more just like the difference between a pauper and a queen, right? They have a different
Yeah,
level in their status.
yeah, increasingly like her status at work got higher while he either stayed where he was or wasn't going anywhere.
So
It got worse. So that's how the space increased. And then it's like, そう思って、紅白できない、no, できなかった。Like, um, uh, but I don't know if eventually is the right word to use here, but I eventually thought that I couldn't confess to her anymore.
yeah, that's a good way of doing the kuru.
Basically.
I've come to think that. Next bubble here is gonna go to Anthony.
じゃあ、超ヒーロー伝説アニメになったんだから、その時はもう告白したんでしょ？ well, the superhero densetsu, it became an anime. Since it became an anime, at that time, you confessed, right?
Perfect. And the next bubble is gonna go to Cookie.
その時、もう俺は30、彼女は他の人と結婚してた。At that time, already, I was
30.
30 something.
Sai,
Oh,
30
I
years
was
old.
already confessing to 30 others.
What?
Wait, 30 years old?
He's already 30 years old.
Yeah. He has already. I didn't think. I thought if he wanted to say 30 years old, he needed sigh at the end.
Yeah, it's just
But
context.
okay, he was already
俺は
30.
もう30. So contextually, I'm already
Yeah.
30. Right? We say the same in English. I'm
Mm.
already
I
30.
was already 30. Yeah, I was already 30, and I was confessing to other girls.
What does kekkon mean?
Oh no, and blah blah. She was confessing to other, guys.
What does kekkon mean?
Marrying another guy.
Married.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
blah.
already married another guy. Ararara! As he says, oh my, oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
NTR.
So. Next bubble here is gonna go to Anthony.
恋愛の賭けに、恋愛の賭けには負けたって感じだな。Betting on the romance. As for betting on the romance, I feel like I've lost.
Hi. I have lost. No feeling in there. Makena no ka. It's like, man, you lost. And this bubble over here is gonna go to Cookie.
でも、俺が頑張れ、俺が頑張れたのは、彼女が言ったからだし、but I, how do I say this? Bloody hell. It's like I tried my best, and then she just went the way she did.
She didn't really go anywhere. 彼女が言ったから. So, gambareta. I would probably translate this as like the one who said it was the girl. She's still here. Did that maybe do it? Ore ga gambare. Because you wouldn't really use gambare for yourself, if that makes sense.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Right? You say gambare when you're cheering for somebody. Gambare. You'd say I gambattad.
So it's like in that case is like the uncle told her best wishes or good luck. I told him and told her, and yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And then 今でも諦めず、no 諦めず漫画やってるのは彼女がどこかで見てくれるそう思うからかな。Jesus. Even now, is like even now
I akirame
is like he gave up
akiramezu.
on
Zu?
he
Zu?
he never gave up without
Hi.
giving up on making mangas.
I was omoing.
And that's what he and is like he thought that by not giving up making mangas, she will, see them somewhere
Perfect. Yep.
for him.
Yeah, she'll see my manga if I don't give up and continue making it one day. So the next bubble will be for Cookie.
Okay. And then it's like, サラリーマンじゃ結果、結果だしても伝わらないだろう。So ja in this case, as you said before, was dewa.
Hi.
So is like
This is a
the
hypothetical.
consequence. Oh, so it's not a consequence.
The sentence is a hypothetical sentence. If I was a salaryman.
Yeah. If I was a salaryman, then wait. The results would be rumors being spread about him. I guess.
Staru doesn't really have much to do with uwasa. Very different words. Stau is to convey information to somebody else. This can be from things as complex as tradition to as simple as your feelings. It's just to convey information. So all this is saying is that even if I produced results as a salaryman, I probably would not have confessed my feelings for her anyway, is what he's saying.
Oh yeah, that would have been a hard one. I wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah, it's a little metaphor. It would not have been conveyed. Next bubble here is going to go to Anthony.
おじいさんは少し嬉しそうに話してた。So as for uncle, he became a bit happy telling that story.
Perfect. And next bubble here is going to go to Anthony again.
小学4年の僕でもおじいさんの気持ちはなんとなく理解できた。I was able to understand uncle's feelings even though I was a shogaku 4th year.
Perfect. Nice. And I think I'm going to have us stop here. So
Okay.
stop the recording.
Sounds good.